We're rolling. Okay. What is the most significant lesson from the period of historical globalization that you think all people should know?
I believe there are many significant periods of historical globalization that are important for people to know, but I think all people should know about is the marginalization of Indigenous people in Canada. There are many lessons to be learned from the marginalization of Indigenous people, such as residential schools and putting children in residential schools. Since then, we have learned that all people are the same and deserve to be treated that way.
What do you think is the most important lesson about economic globalization we should pass on to others?
I believe there are many significant periods of economic globalization, but however, the most important that should be passed on to others is Human Development Index and gross national happiness, because it's how long you are living, how educated you are, and your health care. Gross national happiness is important because it calculates every aspect of your wellness, for example, economic, environmental, physical, mental, workplace, social, and political.
You just slowly walked down. Like, okay. Are you still going?
Next question.
Okay. What did you learn about yourself as you studied globalization?
Throughout this course, I have learned a lot about myself as a person through other people's stories. This course has taught me a lot about the world and made me a very informed citizen, which has changed my worldview a lot. Knowing more about the world and what goes on outside of my bubble.
It's okay, it's fine. Excuse me would be great, but
Quiet yourself. And what goes on outside of my bubble in North America. My bubble. The part of the course that impacted me and changed my worldview the most was learning about First Nations, because it was happening right in our city and still is today. The part of globalization that could directly apply to me is economic globalization and ecological footprint. This applies to me because everyone in our world has an ecological footprint, some higher than others. Learning that people in Canada and US and other rich countries have such big ecological footprints, I can try and reduce mine and maybe help make a difference overall.
in what way has this course changed your worldview? Or did you already answer that?
Number 4?
Number 3.
No, that was number 3. Do you
Oh, like you did each point already?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Why do you think skills like critical thinking and historical globalization are important in our globalized world today?
Being able to think in multiple different ways is an important skill to have. These skills are needed in everyday life and in many jobs. The ability to think in many ways can make you a more informed citizen. Being able to have critical thinking skills and being able to critically think helps you in everyday life and situations that you may come across. Historically thinking and having knowledge such as that makes you a more informed citizen.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Number 5.
I need to sneeze again. From what you've learned, what advice would you give yourself to strengthen your learning in your next social studies course?
Bless you.
Thank you.
This year I learned a lot about myself, but one thing I learned about is how I learn and that I'm really good in group settings. Working with other people helps me learn because I can get different perspectives from people. I'm sorry. Can you read the next point?
Oh, next point.
The little point.
What have you learned? No, or what did you learn about yourself and how you learn?
No, the next one.
What have you learned about risk, struggle, and failure role in learning as a result of taking this course?
Being able to learn and not always succeed has helped me learn from my failures. Learning from this has overall actually helped me learn more in this course.
I'm dying. Why didn't you take advantage of redos and retakes, and how did that help you grow as a learner?
For the most part, I didn't take redos, but from that I've learned that it is always better to take as many redos as possible to improve my learning as much as possible.
If you can go back, would you do anything differently?
If I could go back, I would be more involved in class discussions and talk more overall, and take the opportunities such as feedback and being able to do redos on tests or anything that we're talking about to further my learning.
You have 10 more seconds left to talk something.
Thanks, Matt. You're a great teacher. Love you.
Boys.
Please count
yeah,
this as the
boys.
video.
Squad gang. You're invited.
Sharon!
It has not cracked.